One of the many reasons why I got the xTool M2 laser was to help me stay organized in my craft room. I certainly want to make pretty things, but I'm really excited about creating simple tools that help me keep it together as a paper crafter. Today's project is a storage palette for my mini ink cubes, and maybe yours too. The M2 is a diode laser, and today's project uses acrylic sheets. Diode lasers can cut opaque acrylic in certain colors and thicknesses, like these ones from xTool. I went with yellow AC024, but choose whatever color appeals to you. Just make sure it's diode laser friendly. Once inside the M2, the laser module is going to move over to take a measurement, and the camera takes a photo to send to xTool Studio so you can see where your material is placed and align your design as needed. I'm now ready to head back to xTool Studio. First, we get to the home page and we can click on My Space to load designs that I've created or saved, and I'll select the one I want. It will pop up on the design canvas in xTool Studio in a couple of seconds. I made a couple of versions of this design, and we'll be lasering that first layer, which is a grid layer that you can see on screen here at the top. The smaller versions are to use if I just want colors for a specific project in front of me while paper crafting. We'll connect the M2 in a moment, but for now I want to show you that the mode should be set to lasering on a flat surface. You essentially go in here and select the mode that's appropriate. Then you want to select the material, which is the yellow acrylic in this case for me, and hit apply. Lastly, let's take a look at the settings. They've been loaded as 85% power and 1 millimeter per second speed, and that's perfect for this acrylic, so I'll leave it as is. With the M2 now connected, we can see the background of the laser bed. I'm just double checking on my settings because of paranoia. And I'm going to do one more check, which is to do a framing exercise with the tool. Here you will see the laser module move about to essentially trace where that laser beam is going to hit on the acrylic sheet and give me a little bit of reassurance about that. I'm now ready to press the start button to get the lasering started. As you can see, it's going to take a while, just over 2 hours, and I'll be at my desk just across the room with an eye to the laser while it's doing its work. I switch on the enable monitoring so I can take a look at this from where I'm sitting at my desk while remaining in view of the machine. Definitely don't leave your laser machine alone when it's busy at work, but for me, I get to get other crafting things done. And here, let's take a quick peek. It's almost done cutting out that beautiful grid. I wonder what I'm going to do with all of those little yellow squares. I think I'm going to hang on to them. I'm not sure what I can do with them, but do give me some ideas in the comments if something occurs to you that I'm not thinking about. With that done, we're now ready to open the lid and take a look at our grid, which will be the top layer of our ink cube tray. And that's looking pretty immaculate. I can't believe how much of a close cut it gets to the edge to maximize the amount of space that we can use for the grid for the mini ink cubes. Now, all we need to do is cut the base, and that really doesn't take much time. Back at the laser, I've cleaned out all of our debris, and we're ready to put in the second yellow acrylic sheet, just getting it all ready, popping it on my little base here, and trying to center it. I'll have a better idea of how it shows up once I get connected in xTool Studio. Once connected, I'm going to be able to see where my acrylic sheet is in the laser and how that's showing up on the camera, and just adjust where my square is so that it is actually cutting on the acrylic sheet. I'm checking to make sure that I reset and that I've selected the right materials. I've got an acrylic selected, but I'm going to go with the yellow acrylic just to be 1000% sure. With that done, I'm going to check my framing again. This one is a really tight fit, so looking for that reassurance once more. And once that framing check is done, I can hit framing completed and then process to get started on this next cut. I got another prompt to hit start on the machine to actually get that laser module going. It's going to calculate, and it looks like just over 19 minutes to do this particular one. Looks like I'll have some quality time back at my desk to be able to focus on a little paper crafting while this gets done. I can't resist one more peek at the machine to watch the laser at work here. With all the laser cutting complete, time for some manual labor. Just prepping my desk a little bit, being overly fussy because I don't want to have the glue hit my desk. I'm going to take some precautions and put on some gloves while I apply this very serious glue. And I recommend you do the same. This is the E6000 glue that I find to be pretty effective in gluing acrylic layers together. And now for the stars of our show, our 2 layers that we need to adhere, and just use a very light touch and a little bit of glue along the base of the top layer, and then quickly go ahead and adhere it together. I'm running my fingers along the side to just take up any excess glue and adding a little bit of pressure all over to ensure that one layer adheres to the second. I need a little bit of support though, so I don't have clamps, so I'm going to use my English dictionaries, which are finally getting some showtime. And a little patience here. I think the glue recommends that you cure it for 24 hours, so I left them in place for a day and then came back the next day to see the finished result. A quick editing note, I realized that I neglected to film the footage of me cleaning the 2 layers with an alcohol wipe before I applied the glue. I absolutely recommend that you do that just to remove any dust. And now for some beautiful bean footage, or beautiful rainbow footage of filling up the tray. You'll see me give it a bit of a shake here. As shallow as this tray is, these ink pads are all securely in there, so you don't have to worry about bumping it slightly and them all flying out of place. And if that isn't a satisfying sight, I don't know what is. If today's video was useful to you, give me a like, give me a subscribe, ask me a question, all the things. I am Keisha at the Papermint on YouTube. I am at the Papermint on Instagram, and come back to see some more of my adventures with this and other crafty power tools. Thank you. Bye.